All praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a video that I'm going to entitle, Dear Brits, right? You're all going to be taking that ID card, right? You're all going to be taking that Brit ID. You're all going to be taking that ID card, man. And this is based on how it's going to be made compulsory soon in the UK for you to have to take the ID card in order to prove your right to work, prove your right to work, prove your right to rent, prove your right that you are not an immigrant, right? Because there's so much immigration in the UK, right? And these arrogant Edomites want to try and make it like if just because they've got pale skin, right, pale red skin, that means that they're not an immigrant. Well, okay, how do we know you're not Polish, mate? Huh? How do we know you're not American when we see you? How do we know that you're not any other so-called white person born in another country? Unless, of course, you're going to admit that what you think an immigrant is anybody that doesn't have the same skin tone as you. But if you're not going to admit that and you're going to say that immigrant is anyone that wasn't born in this country, well then, how do you prove that? Right? How do you prove that you was born in England? Oh, your accent? Okay, how long does it take to get an accent? How long does it take to get the English accent? Because there's plenty of so-called black people in this world that have got a British accent, but you don't want to consider them as being the people, right? There's plenty of other people with brown skin as well as the so-called black people that you call black that have got brown skin. There's plenty of them that have got an accent. So how do you prove it? Well, you're going to need some kind of physical thing to prove it, right? And this is what all of your racism that you people did, this is the end result of it, man. Or if everyone's an immigrant and you want to keep complaining about immigration, but then how do you prove who you are? How do you prove it, man? And that's what I'm here to do in this video, is to say all of you people are going to take it. Don't act tough. Don't act bad. Don't try and make her like, rebel. You're not no freedom fighter. You going around saying whose streets are streets, right? Say it loud, say it clear, and then whatever BS you want to say afterwards, right? You saying get them all out, mate. You making some fake stats about 13% of this, 13% that. You making some per capita and all this BS. You trying to accuse every single R word of a woman on immigrants, right? Yeah, oh yeah, right. Yeah, sure, mate. You mans know what y'all do at these festivals, Reading Festival, Glastonbury, all of these festivals and raves that y'all have. Y'all know what kind of stuff you do. You want to try and talk about stop and search. If you Edomites got stopped and search as much as everyone else did, they'd find all kind of stuff in your pockets, man. They'd find sniff up there. They'd find inject up in there. They'd find smoke up in there. They'd find everything. They'd find more on you than they find on anyone else. I've been to university in this country, and in that time, in that first freshers period of time, which lasts like a good 3 months plus. It's like really heavy in that first couple of weeks to 4 months where people are just really spazzing out because they've finally got some freedom away from from their family or whatever, right? From their parents or whatever. And that's the place that I've seen in my life where I saw the most drug usage ever. And I've never seen more drug usage than that ever again. And most of the people, if not 90% of them, was white people doing the drugs. And they was doing everything. They were doing the things that the people with brown skin was doing. And they was doing some extra stuff too. Walking around with their eyes big and dilated like a damn cat. Having to get taken out by other university students at the halls that I was in. And I was at a big halls, right? That had 100+ people in there, right? And they was had to get walked around the damn halls because they was bugged out having a bad hit, man. So don't tell me none of that. We've lived in the UK. We've been around you people. I've lived in the UK my whole life. Y'all can't tell me nothing. You ain't going to tell me no, go back to Africa. You ain't going to tell me none of that. You ain't gonna tell me none of that, man. I ain't gotta listen to what you people say, right? You're hypocrites, and you're all gonna take that Brit ID too. You're not rebels, right? You're not tough, right? You're not no real freedom fighters. Not really. You standing outside with a flag doesn't mean that you're a freedom fighter, and it is about race when you're putting that flag out there too, right? Because you've been a UK citizen your whole life. A lot of you people, right? You've been living in the UK, England your whole life. Why didn't you put the flag up any time before? If you liked the flag so much, why didn't you always have the flag outside your house then? If you liked the flag, if you loved the flag so much, why did you have to go out and buy one? Or why did you only ever bring out the flag whenever the World Cup was on or whenever the Euro was on? Why didn't you just always have the flag, man? Why didn't you just have the flag on your car? Why didn't you always have the flag? Because it's about race. Don't lie. If he was really as tough as y'all think, just admit the truth, man. And then when I've been looking at a lot of these videos of all these protests in the UK, and like, you Edomites are ugly, man. I'm just gonna say it like that, straight up, man. Y'all are ugly. Y'all make all these mockeries and jokes that y'all want to say about so-called black people and everybody else. You look ugly, and all these people that complain about the taking all the jobs, mate, and all that, they look disgusting. Now, it's not all about appearance in life, but some of them people that are claiming that they can't, or some of these people that are homeless and claiming that they can't get a house and all that, right? If them people got given a house, best believe they are gonna dirty up that spot that they live in, man. And some of these people have been given a house, right, before, but then they don't admit when they're complaining and when they're crying and moping around. They don't admit that they was given a house, but then they ruined it by being belligerent, being disorderly, being an alcoholic, being a sniffhead, and then they ended up getting evicted. They don't want to admit that part, right? They don't want to admit that they was dirty, not cleaning their own house, drinking, doing drugs up in their house. Y'all ain't good people, and you're gonna take the Brit ID. Don't try that. Y'all ain't freedom fighters. You Edomites are not freedom fighters, man. You're not. Right? Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, and the cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So never mind the Brit ID. Y'all are gonna all take the other thing. You're gonna take the Brit ID, right? But then when it comes time for the micro CHIP, y'all are gonna take that too. I don't know why y'all are going on like you're tough for, and going on like you're some freedom fighters. Oh, I'm left. Oh, I'm right. Both left and right took the C119 jab, right? Y'all took the double jab, right hand, when that time came around. So why are you going on like you're tough for? Why are you going on like you're some freedom fighters? Why the only people that really are gonna not do certain things that's required when the time comes are the Hebrew Israelites of the elected nation of Israel, right? And here's the thing, I'm gonna sing it real right now. When they say that, if they ever come out and say that the Brit ID, you have to take the Brit ID, right? That's not a reason to crash out, because the Brit ID is not the MOTB. So if the Brit ID comes and they say to me I have to take the Brit ID, I'm gonna take it, because that's not the MOTB. But when the MOTB is here, that's when you got to make a stand. However, there was a time that people had the chance to make a stand and prove that it was really about justice and about freedom of their own body, right? And they never did it, because they all took the C119 double jab right hand. So why y'all going on like you're bad for? Why are you trying to go on like you're some kind of freedom fighters? Why? Who do you think you're fooling? That's what I want to know. Who do y'all think y'all fooling, man? Or I'd never take it. Or I'd never take it. I'm not taking it. They never take me alive. Yeah, okay. How long did it take for you to take the double jab right hand, man? How long? How long would it until after the first dose druided you? I've heard stories of people saying, I took one and then I couldn't see for a few weeks. Yeah, well, that's what your ass gets, man. That's what your ass gets. I took one and I couldn't see properly for a few weeks. Oh, really? Why did you take one? Well, Oh, so you're not a tough guy then? So why are you acting bad for? You're not tough and you're not bad. All you people that have in there wrapping a flag around your neck like a scarf, right? Like, excuse me, not even like a scarf. Like when you used to be in primary school and you wrap your coat around your neck like a cape, and then you pretend to be Superman. All you Edomites walking around like that, yeah. And even you Jakes, you're gonna take the Brit ID. Don't act. Why are you acting bad for? You're gonna take it, right? Because your complaints about immigration have led to that being made as seem more like the solution. And all it's gonna take is a few false wavings of the flag, right? A few false wavings of the flag, and all of a sudden you're gonna be like, "We need one. Give it us. Give it here, lad. I'll take one." And you're not gonna be talking tough no more. All you auditors and you YouTubers going around recording people with your cameras, zooming in, zooming out, you're gonna take one as well, right? Because you're gonna want to keep getting that YouTube money that you get from going around and harassing people, which is what y'all do. You go around harassing people, saying stupid things to them, getting a rise out of them, going up to alcoholics of your own fellow Edomite, harassing them, right? And then getting them to record, and then having a security. Some of y'all will go so far as to have a security guard and bodyguard, right? That you bait your security guard into having to fight to defend you. But there's a time's gonna come where your security guard is gonna have to realize that he ain't the toughest person in the world, man. That's what's gonna happen to a lot of you YouTubers that do that kind of content, man. A lot of y'all are gonna get jacked up. Yahweh's gonna show y'all what it really is out here, man. Yahweh Bar Shem Yahweh Shai is gonna show a lot of y'all the kind of life that you've been living is off, right? You YouTubers, you go around and you want to record people, but then when someone follows you around with the camera now, and they follow you around with the camera, you're like, go away, mate. But when somebody records you, when you're recording somebody that's just minding their business, sitting on a wall, you're recording them, accusing them of being a drug addict when you ain't seen no drugs, accusing them of being an immigrant. You don't know. You don't know if they're an immigrant. You don't know. You're just assuming that they're an immigrant because they've got brown skin and they don't look like you. But there's going to come a time where you are going to be considered as, well, how do we know what you are? You could be Polish, mate. You could be Swedish. You could be from somewhere else outside of England. You could be a person that's of a different EU country. So prove that you're who you say you are. But I was born in Liverpool, or I'm from Liverpool, or are you? Prove it. Show me your ID. Prove to me that you are. But I ain't got no evidence at the moment. Okay, so you need an ID then? Okay, give it here. I'll take one. Okay, yeah, you're damn right. You'll take one. You ain't no freedom fighters. You're gonna take that, and then when it comes time for the micro CHIP, y'all are gonna take that too, because y'all ain't prepared. You haven't even considered the thought that your head gonna be in a guillotine, right? And the blade's gonna be made to swing down on your neck. You haven't considered that. You all haven't considered that thought in your mind. You've never considered that in your life. You've never thought, you know what, that could actually happen, man. A blade could swing down on my neck. You haven't considered that. You never thought that was actually a possibility. You thought you were just going to always be able to ask people in the UK where they're from. And then when they say, oh, I'm just from down the road, mate. And you'd be like, oh, come on. You know what I mean, mate, originally. You thought you were going to be always able to pull up that, where you from, mate, originally. Well, now you're going to have to originally pull out your Brit ID, and you're going to be made to prove who you are with an ID card. And you're gonna think that you're gonna think, well, I don't look like a person that they would say and question about having one anyway, and I ain't got nothing to hide. You're gonna come with that. You're gonna justify it with that BS. Oh, I ain't got nothing to hide. I'll have one anyway. But there's gonna be a lot of things that y'all are gonna realize, man. I actually wanted that hidden, because some of y'all are getting money hot, and that's gonna be tracked now. It's gonna be easily able to be tracked more from that kind of stuff. And then there's gonna be people that are gonna have fake ones anyway. And then y'all are gonna be like, well, there's people with fake ones, and I've did all of this and took that, and it's made me lose out on more things now. So no, I want something else stronger than that. And the stronger thing is gonna be the micro CHIP, and you're gonna take it. You people are gonna take that micro CHIP. You're not freedom fighters, man. You're not real rebels. You're not. Your marches, when I'm looking at the footage, they're dead. They ain't got no spirit to them. Like from both sides, straight, 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 and then there's some Edomite pillock on the side with a bucket hat on, with 2 cans of lager, drunk off his head, and he just really came outside to have a pint, mate. He just used that as an excuse to have a pint out on the street and not be bothered. And all the same chants that he's saying ain't really much different than what he would say if there was a football game on. Street, oh, all that stupid chants that you do, man. You football hooligans. All you football hooligans, you're gonna take one as well, man. You're not real freedom fighters, man. The same way you all took that double jab right hand, they're gonna take that too. Why are you going on like you're tough for? Y'all ain't no real freedom fighters, man. Y'all don't stand up for nothing, really. You only ever want to try and talk tough and talk bad when you think you got the numbers. If you really feel like you're the odd one out, y'all are silent as hell. Because when it wasn't cool to have a mask on your face and walk down the streets, right? Y'all was going in on people that was wearing masks and wearing head coverings and all that kind of stuff. And saying, I can't believe it. The letterboxes, they look like letterboxes. But then when 2020 came, you was a letterbox yourself. You know what I mean? You was a letterbox, man. And you was a letterbox even at time when y'all didn't need to be. You was a letterbox in your damn house. Some of y'all was a letterbox now in your own car. But you wanted to try and call other people a letterbox. Right? And I'm not on none of that Quran stuff neither, man. I'm about the Bible. For real. Right? You Christian, you so-called white people in England that want to claim that you're about the Bible. No, you're not about the Bible for real. Because if we start asking you about alphabeting and rainbow lifestyles, right? Diverse alternative lifestyle paths, y'all ain't gonna have a problem with it. You're like, oh, mate, at the end of the day, we're a free country. You're gonna come with that. But it's not supposed to be a free country. It's supposed to be a country governed by the laws of Yahweh. You can't claim you're a Christian country in just words. You have to claim it in actions too. And both of your sides don't care about alphabet and rainbow, and y'all are down for that. And that's why if you're down for that, you'll be down to take the MOTB. I don't know why y'all try and go on like you're tough and like you're bad for, and like you're some rebels. No, you're not, man. Y'all ain't no real rebels. You ain't no freedom fighters. You ain't no peacemakers. No, none of that. You ain't none of that. Right? Y'all ain't bad. But y'all are talking at your mouths, acting like you're just so on it to stand up. No, you're not. You're gonna take it, man. And it's beautiful seeing the Egyptians cast out the Egyptians, just like, rise up against the Egyptians, like the Bible said, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name. Oh, you ain't gonna take the Brit ID? Let them threaten you with taking your job away and see if you won't take one. Let them threaten you with that and see if you won't take one. We'll see. Because some of y'all took the C119 without them threatening to take your job away. Some of y'all took that when you was perfectly healthy, and then you took one anyway. Oh, I'm taking it so that me nan don't have to feel sick. So I'm taking one so that I can go and visit my nan. Your nan would have been fine, mate. There was nothing wrong with your nan, and there was nothing wrong with you, and y'all both are dummies, and you took it. But y'all want to try and act like you're some freedom fighters and like you're tough. You're not bad, right? You're not tough. You ain't no freedom fighters. Because when it's a situation where you really had to stand up, when that C119 thing was getting pushed, you didn't do it. I never took one of them. I know that. Yeah, and Yahweh is my witness that I never took it. Yahweh is my witness that I never took it, man. Yahweh knows I never took one. Right? He knows I never took that. And that's not even the be all and end all, man. Because it's about the MOTB. Don't take that. That's what it's truly about. Don't take the MOTB. But that was a practice run to see if you've really got something about you. All right, to see if you've really got some. Let me use it in some plain speech, man. To see if you really got any cojones, yeah, cojones, cabrones, or however the hell you say it, man. You had the chance to test it out, man. Test the waters, and how did you stand up? You had a sparring match, right? You had a sparring match for the day of the Lord, right? It wasn't the real day. You had a little spar. You know, feint here, feint there. You can kind of make a few mistakes. You had a spar and you flopped. So now, and this is the way you've been practicing the whole time. So now when it comes to the real fight, you're gonna be making them same mistakes where you justify it. Oh, they're gonna make us all have to take it anyway. And at the end of the day, mate, oh, I gotta feed me wife and kid. The missus, mate, the same missus that don't really give two shits about you anyway. And that's why Yahweh's making us as Israelite men, right, really be grieved with how wicked women are, because when you actually really understand how wicked women are and how evil they are, and see all the evidence on YouTube, Instagram, social media, all these different things on how evil and wicked they are, well, why are you going to risk your salvation forever in the kingdom of heaven for one of these? Why? Why would you? Why the hell would you do that? Why the hell would you ever do that, man? You wouldn't, right? Revelation chapter 19 and verse 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, right? One of the miracles that's going to be wrought before you people is going to be how these different technologies allow it to seem like your life's easier. Oh, my life's been made easier from this. Wow. So you're telling me that now when I go into the store, I don't even need to, because I've got this, I don't even need to do this part. It's made it way more convenient. You're telling me now that I've got this Brit ID that all I have to do is scan it here and I can jump the queue, or whatever things that they could put in place with it. You think that you people won't take one? Yeah, you will. Because not only it wasn't enough for a lot of you people during the lockdowns to take the JAB yourself. No, it wasn't enough for you to do that. Then you tried to force it on us, didn't you? And that was both right and left sides of this fake right and left thing that y'all are pushing out, man. Because it's really just Edomites. Y'all both was trying to you wasn't happy enough that you took it and that your life was safe according to how you perceived it to be anyway. You had to try and push it on everyone else, didn't you? So don't act tough, don't act bad, man. Y'all ain't no real freedom fighters. You ain't no real rebels. Not really. Now, according to prophecy, there is going to be rebellion. There is. But eventually, even all you people that are going to be rebelling, you're going to be begging for the MOTB. It's going to get too much for you. Eventually, everyone's going to get their rocks off with a little bit of rebellion. They might get to beat up a right winger. He's going to get to beat up a left winger with rainbow hair. A left wing rainbow haired individual with muscles might get their chance to surprise some of the right wingers with fighting up the scene, which is really just Edomites versus Edomites anyway. All that right left stuff isn't real. It's just Edomites of different personality types, man. Different bugged out versions of Esau battling against how they want to rule this world. Or I want to rule the world. We want to rule the world and rule over all the other nations and be able to wear dresses as men. And then the other side is like, well, we want to rule over the other nations as Edomites, but we don't want to wear dresses in public. We'll wear dresses privately. Because both of y'all are pufters. Let's make no mistake about that. Both of y'all sides don't really care about the alphabet and rainbow stuff. Y'all don't care. You don't mind, man. You talk a good game. Y'all will do a video on some cottager's cove and be disgusted by it, right? But that's only because you're like, why are you doing it in public for? Do it in private like we do. That's what y'all, and that, mate, I gotta say this though. That cottager's cove thing in Manchester is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, man. I seen a video yesterday from one of these YouTubers, right? And the man was underneath that canal and he had number 2 on his shirt, man. And he was just standing there, like absolutely disgusting. He had number 2 right on his shirt, standing in a public canal path that people have to walk through. Like absolutely disgusting, these Edomites are, man. Y'all are disgusting. And you got the nerve to complain about some immigrant. And then part of the thing that makes you, one of y'all talking points about to try and make you seem like a good people is how are the rights for alphabeters over in your country, as if that's something to be proud of, that is allowed in your country. Or you'll be like, oh, what are the women's rights like in your country? As if the women's rights in the UK ain't this. A woman can walk around and be as much of a slag as she wants, right? And then be able to blame and accuse men of everything, and she's just believed. She's able to sleep with 100 men in one day. Not even in her life. That used to be at least a lifetime's work for a hoe back in the day. During Yahweh Shai's time, who you Edomites want to call Christ, right? But his real name's Yahweh Shai, right? During his time on the earth, a woman was considered a harlot if she had been with 5 men in her life. 5, right? 5 was too much back then, 2,000 years ago. That's a dirty weekend for some of these hoes these days, man. Or that's one night's work, one day's work, man. For an average woman, that's 1 week. That's 2 weeks, a month. That's 1 year. Because if consider this, these women go out on the weekend over in the UK. They go out on the weekend, Friday. Then then you know they do a Saturday. So that's 2 times for all the 52 weeks of the year. And sometimes there's a bank holiday. So then you know they're doing a Sunday one as well. So then some of it's 3 times. So how many times is that in a year that they're going out, freeing up the ting potentially, man? How many times? And let's just say that the average woman in the UK does that once, sleeps with a different man once a month. Well, that's 12 men a year. So if she starts having intercourse at 18, which is the age that the people in the UK try and pretend is the age that's okay for a woman to start sleeping with people, even though most women know that you lost your virginity at 13, 14, 15, 16, and you lost it to people that wasn't that age just themselves. And you was lusting after people that was way older than you. But y'all ain't gonna sing the truth, though, are you? Right? Y'all ain't gonna tell the truth about what you know you've did in your life. But anyway, let's say that they start sleeping with men at 18, and then they have like a 2-year relationship, and then the man so-called cheats on her. So she's only slept with one man. And this is me being generous. She's only slept with one man from 18 to 20. But now she's like, oh, men ain't this and men ain't that. I'm just gonna try and let my hair down and let my hair loose. So then now she tries to find the most handsome man every single night in the club to give it to him. And he's gonna take it because he's like, man, this is just practice for when I get to meet the woman that I really want to be with, right? Or I've been doing my push-ups in the gym. I've been doing my sit-ups. I've been doing my lat pull downs, right? I've been doing my bench press. I've been doing my squats, and if training's paying off, of course they're gonna come to me now. So he's gonna sleep with her. That don't mean he cares about her at all. He's gonna have a one night stand, right? She's drunk, he's drunk, a one night stand, and then she did that, and then now she does it again the next week, or she doesn't do it. She sleeps with him only for a month, and then he does the same thing that the man that she was dating did, and she finds that he also wants to sleep with other women, like all men do, want to sleep with more than one woman in a lifetime, and when they're with another woman as well. So then now, when she's 20, she slept with one man, well, 2 men, and then she does the same thing, and now in the second month, she does that same thing again, and then the same thing again. Now, from 18 when she first slept with somebody to 21, let's say, now she slept with 13 men in her life, and she's 21 years old. Then she might have another 1 or 2 year relationship when she thinks she finally found another guy that's only going to worship the ground she walks on and doesn't ever want to be with another woman. And then he so-called cheats on her as well. And now she's 23. And then she does the same thing at 23 that she did when she was 21, right? Now her body count will be, 14? But then she does the same thing from 23 to 20 to that she did when she was 21 for a year. So now that 14 turns into 26. So now she's 24, 25, and she slept with 26 people. And then she does that again, a 2-year relationship, a 1-year gap year, a 1-year leap year, right? And then now by the time she gets to 30, she slept with 50 men. And talking about men ain't this and men ain't that, not ever thinking that maybe you're the problem. And then she has the nerve to get married and walk down the aisle in a white dress when really it should be as black as Batman's car. Yeah? Really, it should be a black like the Batmobile, man. And is that the British values that you're talking about that you want to defend so badly? Or are those the British values, yeah? You're gonna take the Brit ID. Don't act like you're tough. Don't act like you're bad. If you was really a rebel, you wouldn't have took the C119, double jab right hand. Did you take it? Yes, you did. So don't act like you're tough. Don't act like you're no freedom fighter. Don't try and the only thing that you Edomites have got going for yourself right now is that you can try and claim, which even this ain't true, but you can try and claim that you're a so-called white person. You're not though, you're red. You're not maroon. Or even if you want to claim, oh, I'm not red, I'm more of a maroon. Maroon's a shade of red, dummy. Right? The only thing y'all have got to claim for yourselves right now is that you're a so-called white person. So you're gonna take the Brit ID because that's gonna be your one thing to prove that you're a white person. I'm the right kind of white person. Look, I've got a Brit ID. Look at it. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. And then eventually people are gonna start getting fake ones, and you're not gonna want to believe, or you're not gonna want to believe, right? That a person that if you some of y'all might get arrogant and think that you're the person to try and ask people, have you got a right to be here? And they might be like, yeah, I have. Here's the ID. What do you want to see? And then you're gonna be trying to scan it off with your eyes. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. That's a fake one. That's a fake one. Right? And you're going to want something more to prove that you're the real white person. I'm the real so-called white person that's got the right to be here. So then they're going to be like, yeah, you're down to prove that? You're like, yeah, I'm down to prove that. I'm down for that. And it's going to be the micro CHIP. And they're going to take it, man. We already know as Israelites that you people are going to take one. You're not freedom fighters. You're not tough. Y'all ain't bad. I don't know what you're talking about. Once you people get a little taste of what you know, when y'all are all running around, all you people in this society right now, talking about, I'll do what I want, I'll do what I want, I'll do what I want. You don't touch me, don't touch me. I'll do what I want. Well, you're gonna get a taste for whatever time Yahweh Bashem Yahushai sees fit. All you people in the world are gonna get a taste of what it's like when everybody really does what they want, not just you doing what you want to do. Right? Because you might say, oh, I'll do what I want. If I want to walk through this street waving this and waving that, I'm going to do it. And somebody else might say, yeah, well, guess what? I also do what I want. And right now, what I want to do is kick your ass. Now, what they want to do and what you want to do contradicts, right? So then, who gets to do what they want to do? Well, prophecy speaks about this. 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For they shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. I don't care if you're above me in ranking. I'll do what I want. That's what they're going to say. I'll do what I want. Right? I do what I want to do. You can't tell me what to do. Yeah? Because I do what I want. But guess what? It's in that time, it's not only going to be them that does what they want. You know, like all these women that run around saying, I do what I want. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I do what I want to do. Well, everyone's going to be doing what they want to do. Not just you in this time that I'm talking about. Everyone's going to be doing what they want to do as well. So when you want to do what you want to do, and they want to do what they want to do, and both things contradict, what's going to decide who gets to do what they want to do, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power. So whoever is more powerful to force their will onto the other person, that's who's going to win in that time. It's not going to be I do what I want to do and the government's got to protect my rights. No, the government's going to be too busy. I do what I want to do and the police are here to protect my right for me to be able to do whatever I want to do. No, in this time, you're going to have to protect your right to do whatever you want to do. And on that, I'm going to say Shalom.